I need you to be honest with yourself because I cannot see your face right now. When people follow you, do they leave better than when they arrived? Or do they quietly wonder if you are in this for yourself? And before you answer that too quickly, the people who most need to sit with that question are usually the ones who said, I'm fine, the fastest. Here's the hard truth. Talent alone does not build great teams. Titles alone do not earn loyalty, and charisma alone does not create lasting influence. Today, we unpack two back to back leadership principles from John Maxwell that will transform the way your team sees you, trusts you, and follows you. Welcome back. This channel is about practical, biblical, and proven leadership principles that help you lead better at home, at work, everywhere in between, including that one meeting that should have been an email. We know the one. Today, we are diving into two principles from John Maxwell's timeless works. First, modeling sacrifice from the 17 indisputable laws of teamwork. Second, adding value to others from the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership. One is about what you give up. The other is about what you pour in. Together, they define the kind of leader people do not just follow, they fight for. Let's look at the first principle, modeling sacrifice. Maxwell opens this way. If you lead a team, you must convince your teammates to sacrifice for the good of the group. The more talented your team members are, the harder it may be to get them to put the team first. The better your people are, the harder they are to herd. It is like trying to get a bunch of cats to walk in a straight line. High achievers have options, opinions, and zero interest in doing something just because you have a title. If you demand sacrifice from people who have not seen your sacrifice, you will lose them fast. What's the answer? Begin by modeling sacrifice. You go first, not loudly, not with company wide email about it. You just go first, quietly, consistently, with integrity. Great leaders are willing to make financial sacrifices for the team. Nobody likes this one. Not even like talking about money at the dinner table, let alone giving it up. Taking a pay cut so the team stays employed. Investing your own money into resources that benefit others, turning down personal gain when it would compromise the team. When your team sees that you don't hoard resources, it builds trust that no bonus or pizza party can manufacture. No shade to pizza. Friday, it's always welcome. Sacrifice number two is personal growth. Great leaders are willing to keep growing for the sake of the team, not to drop a book title at dinner, not to look impressive at the next conference, but because your growth is your team's asset. Your capacity raises their ceiling. Your wisdom solves problems before they become crises. And here is the flip side nobody talks about. A leader who stops growing starts costing the team. Your comfort has a price tag. It just does not show up on a spreadsheet. Sacrifice number three, empowering others. Great leaders are willing to empower others for the sake of the team. That means giving away your authority, your spotlight, and your platform. And it sometimes means watching others soar to places you have never reached. And that can sting. It does. But here's the truth. Insecure leaders hoard power. Secure leaders distribute it. You cannot lead what you are afraid to release. And you cannot reach your ceiling while standing on others' heads. That's not leadership. It's rude. Sacrifice number four. There are difficult decisions to make. Great leaders are willing to make difficult decisions for the sake of the team, the hard conversations, letting go of people who are toxic to the culture, even if they are high performers, especially if they are high performers. Talent does not cancel toxicity, no matter how many spreadsheets they can fill out. You cannot call people to a standard you are not living yourself. That is not inspiration. That's just a memo. And when teammates make sacrifices, celebrate it. Make it loud. What gets celebrated gets repeated. Principle number two, adding value to others. Maxwell writes, the interaction between every leader and follower is a relationship. And all relationships either add to or they subtract from a person's life. Every interaction you have as a leader either adds someone or takes from someone. There's no neutrality about this. Some of you just thought of a meeting you held last Tuesday. I'm not judging. I'm just saying there is room to grow. The law of addition asks one question. Are you making things better for the people who follow you? The first value I want to look at is value other people. Here's a gut check. If your team disappeared tomorrow, would your first thoughts be, how do I find great replacements? Or I hope they're okay. That reveals a lot about whether you truly value people or whether you value what they produce for you. People do not just work for paychecks. They work for people who believe in them. It is the least expensive retention strategy in the world, and it's the most overlooked. The second value I want to look at is make yourself more valuable. When you develop your skills, sharpen your thinking, deepen your wisdom, you become a more valuable resource to the people around you. A leader who is not developing is falling behind. You become the bottleneck. And nobody puts professional bottleneck on their LinkedIn profile. Value number 3, know what others value. Great leaders do not assume they know what is important to their team members. They ask, they listen, and they pay attention. One person values flexibility, another values recognition, another values challenge and growth. Some folks just want good coffee in the break room. That might be a leadership issue worth addressing. When you understand what each person values, you connect with them beyond management. It becomes mentorship and leadership. Value number 4, do things God values. When our leadership is anchored in what God values, justice, mercy, humility, love, truth, we lead a different motivation. We are not performing for applause. We are not obsessing over our follower count. We are building people because God builds people. And when that is your North Star, your leadership carries a grace that cannot be manufactured, bottled, or sold in a leadership seminar. The people will try to sell everything, as you know. They always try. Adding value to others does not benefit the people you serve. It transforms you as a leader. Turns out generosity is good for the giver, too. You experience fulfillment in leading with the right motives. You unlock the ability to perform significant acts. You build a team that multiplies your impact, and you cultivate an attitude of service across the entire team. Sacrifice and service are not weaknesses. They are the highest expressions of leadership strength. Here's the call to action for you today. Maxwell left us with 2 questions. First is, what sacrifice will you make today for the sake of your team? Second, are you making things better for the people who follow you? Do not just think about those questions. Answer them. Answer them out loud if you have to, in your car, in the shower, wherever you are best at thinking. Then act. Act on your answer. If this video added value to your day, like it, share it, and subscribe. Drop a comment. What is one sacrifice you are making for your team right now? I do read everyone. Until next time, keep leading, keep growing, and keep adding value. Get your team some decent coffee. God bless you.